Hey, my little sinners and saints. Today we're going to talk about something that everybody's probably heard about, known, got their own theories on, and conspiracies. So let's jump right into it. Give me a minute because I am going to change the background to something spooky. Maybe. We'll go with that anyway. Okay, today we're going to be talking about Marilyn Monroe and her death. Hollywood in the 50s is its biggest female star, Marilyn Monroe. The death of the diva on the night of August 5th, 1962, shook people worldwide. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Okay, decades have passed since the case has never been resolved. Marilyn Monroe is what dreams are made of. Her sex appeal is undeniable. Rise embodiments the promise of successful American way of life. John F. Kennedy had an affair with her along with his brother Robert. J. Edgar Hoover had her followed and watched and surveillance, and there was surveillance on her by J. Edgar Hoover. The night of August 5th, 1962, on the 15 Helena Drive in 1200 300 West Brentwood, the police were receiving a emergency phone call. She is 36 years old. She was found unconscious by her housekeeper. Around 4:30, the police arrived. And I've got some things here I want to talk about her mental state beforehand. There was word that she was getting tired of getting used. So she was going to go talk to the reporters and tell them about the Iran Contra affair, the Cuban Missile Crisis. And this was a big issue then because Cuba was putting missiles on the borders of the United States. So there was an issue with that, obviously. Kind of want to show you the pictures and then get into the story. That was her room with her body. And these were the people that visited her that day. Robert F. Kennedy visited her with another man twice, telling her to give up the diary. Apparently, it was called the Red Diary. Her psychiatrist visited. Her, I think, his brother-in-law visited, and a press agent and the housekeeper. Which her story changed. So we're gonna look at that. And there was a window broken, so you can see where the conspiracies come in at. Like I said, the Cuban Missile Crisis was going on, and they were worried about that she was going to give away the secrets that she knew, and so this was an issue with them about the her giving away the secrets. I'm going to run over a few of the things that I found out. There's a lot more. She was depressed, suicidal thoughts, and sometimes overdosed on her sleeping pills. She was in 11 foster homes. Her mom was manic depressant, which I do believe that that is genetic. So this could lead to her actions. plus PTSD from being raped. Her grandma tried to smother her with a pillow. She had 3 marriages and she had several abortions despite the fact that she wanted children. She was addicted to pain pills without tranquilizers and stimulants. She simply could not cope with the pressures of the film industry. She suffers from depression, her suicidal thoughts, sometimes overdoses on sleeping pills, and takes too many pills. On the night of August 5th, 1962, she really wanted to end her life. If you imagine putting an active ingredient into your body, and let me stop there and say there's 3 different scenarios here. I found out something too. This is a little graphic, but they thought maybe that they put the sleeping pills and the narcotics in a douche and give it to her anally. So there could be that. But there could be somebody that intentionally is trying to commit suicide and takes too many pills. There could be somebody that is forced to take them, and we have homicide. There's also the person that takes the sleeping pills, not realizing took too many, and overdoses and dies. So that's the 3 scenarios we're looking at. Um, like I said, she could have been administered by a third party in the sense of a homicide, also accidental, perhaps undetected overdose, because it's a possible suicide on her death certificate. And that really bothers me. Is it a suicide? Is it homicide? Is it undetermined? Um, the man eating blonde who wins everybody's heart. This is a role that played powerful role the powerful studio bosses have selected just for Marilyn. This weighs down additionally through the unhappy marriages and several abortions and her desire to have children that were left unfulfilled after the reasons to commit suicide on the day of her death. Several members, hello, maybe I can talk. Several members of her immediate family is seen at the diva's home that day and had contact with her. Her lawyer, Robert Kennedy, and Robert Kennedy come back the second time. She told him, she said, "You have no idea who you're messing with." And he said, "Yeah, I know who I'm messing with or what I'm dealing with." He said, "But I don't think you understand who you're dealing with." And the neighbors saw that Robert Kennedy was there twice. I find that interesting. She was born into a dream factory as Norma Jean Baker. Her mother, Gladys, is an assistant editor at one of the big studios. She is mentally ill. Norma Jean, alias Marilyn, never knew her father. Still as a baby, her manic depressive grandmother and her mother is still is said to have tried to suffocate her with a pillow. And this passes she passes through many foster care homes, and she was very unhappy. She was in 11 foster homes with child. She when she was a child, she was um, very easy victimized. And at least in one of the homes, she was sexually victimized. And this is traumatic. It's like post traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. Let me see if I can get down. She had took singing lessons and acting lessons. She took lessons to become a mom. Not without success of a scout that discovers the beautiful young lady on the street overnight. Norma Jean Baker turns into the highly sought after photo model with the name Marilyn Monroe. The camera loves her seductive look and scantily veiled curves that spotlight quickly cast as first shadows. The star suffers from depression. She suffered from a bipolar condition and a form of bipolar T. I've never heard of that. I'm not sure that's a word. That she suffered from manic depressive disorder, where you can go up very fast, you can come down very fast. Um, it also includes with suicidal thoughts. I'm trying to just, she was on prescriptions to tolerate this. She was in the limelight all the time, obviously. She had over 100 male photographers there whenever the wind blew up her dress. I hope everybody knows that that was staged. Great photo, though, by the way. And the men would, cheer and all this and encourage it on. And they believe because whenever they come in, she was laying face down on the bed. And supposedly there's a tape. I don't know what this tape is about, where it came from, anything else. Um, I don't know. And I don't know if Robert Kennedy was taping it or what, but you can hear him say, be sure and use the pillow and use the shot or aim good with the shot. And obviously she wasn't shot, so I'm wondering if maybe she was given a shot and the anal douche thing, that makes sense. There was actually a purple discolorization in her intestines, but that was proven to be because of her death. Um, I honestly don't know if it was a suicide or a homicide or accident. I really don't. I think that when you start taking medications, if you're not monitored or you don't have them laid out so that you know how many you're taking, that you could overdose very easily. Um, with all her mental illness, because there's a lot more I didn't get into. Um, the diagnosis of being manic depressant, bipolar, which I think is manic depressant, and the other things. It seems like that maybe she could have committed suicide. Who knows? I honestly put that at the lowest of the list. I think that seeing how Robert Kennedy showed up at her house twice that day and the window was broken, the maid washed the sheets that was on the bed and then put them back on the bed. Um, that there was something else going on. There was too many odd things for it just to be an overdose by accident. And I think that they were worried about her talking to the press and telling all their secrets. And they're on the verge of possibly another war. The Cold War had just ended, World War II. This is weighing heavy on America's mind. And so I think that if I had to go with one, I would go with homicide. My second one obviously would be the accidental overdose, and then the third one would be suicide. Um, I kind of wanted to do this. I seen it pop up on my little watch thing, so I thought I would do a little video on it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as you can because I do love Marilyn Monroe. She's like the Elvis, but I'm still working on the other one. This is going to be a very long one, so you need to grab your snacks, your drinks, whatever, whenever we get ready to do that one, and it may be alive. So be prepared for Halloween, by the way. Um, I may start doing some face makeup here soon. So if you're interested in seeing that, please comment below. Leave any rebuttals, comments, concerns, um, any disagreements, anything that you want to in the comments. Let's just keep it professional. This is not a drama channel, and I don't want it to turn into that. It will not turn into that. And I appreciate you watching, and everybody have a good night. And thank you for being here as always. Bye.